Hello! Today, Benko Gambit. I will introduce you to the basic options and ideas for both sides, and then we will practice. Benko Gambit begins with these moves: d4, knight f6, c4, c5, d5, b5, c takes b5, a6. By sacrificing a pawn, black aims to open a and b lines and counterattack on the queen side. Also, they will use this diagonal to press white's queen side with their dark squared bishop. White can accept this sacrifice or they can decline. Let's try to understand the capabilities for both sides a little deeper. The main variation is to accept black's sacrifice to take on a6. Also, white can decline playing b6. They can continue knight c3 and also they can continue e3. Let's try to analyze all these continuations a little bit deeper. Let's leave the main variation for the end and start from this move. White may not accept this sacrifice in order to not open a line, and black cannot play along this line. So black needs to take on b6, then knight c3, d6, knight f3, g6, e4, bishop g7, bishop e2, castle, castle, knight d7, then black will continue a5, bishop a6, rook b8, and to try to press white's queen side with this semi-open file. Let's not to forget that white has a big positional advantage. They have a strong center. Now let's try to analyze this move. Knight c3, a takes b5, and here is the main move to take on b5 with the knight. But for example, if your opponent plays e4, they will wait your answer b4 in order to push this knight from c3, then to win this pawn. Knight b5, and it seems that you can win a pawn, but it's a trap. I don't advise you to take on e4. After knight e4 they can continue queen e2, knight f6, and knight d6. It's a checkmate. So that's why if you play b4 after knight b5, just don't take on e4, just play d6, and this position is quite well for black. So after a takes b5, white's main move is to take knight b5, then e6, takes, takes, e3, bishop e7, usual development, knight f3, and castle b3, bishop b2, bishop e2, castle, and white's position is slightly better. Of course, black has opportunities too. At least they will have a strong center, and everything depends on opponents. Now let's analyze this move. Black continues g6, knight c3, bishop g7, knight f3, castle, usual development, a4, bishop b7, e4, e6, to continue to press on d5, bishop g5. There was a game where black won, of course, with the great help of their opponent. After bishop g5, black plays h6, white took, queen takes, and then bishop e2, takes, takes, and a very beautiful sacrifice. Queen c3 check, b takes c3, bishop takes, and they need to close knight d2 or to go away with their king from the check. For example, knight d2, and it follows rook a1. So after this trade, black will have an extra piece and the winning position, and it's left the main variation is to accept the sacrifice. Many years ago the main continuation was bishop a6, but nowadays I noticed that this move e6, immediately starting to press on d5, is also very popular. So after e6, white can take, and f takes e6, again usual development, b3, knight f3, bishop b2, e3, bishop e2. White will have an extra pawn, black will have a strong center. Again, that position is slightly better for white, but black will have some opportunities. So finally, the main continuation. B takes a6, bishop takes a6. Let's continue. Knight c3, d6, e4, bishop takes, king takes. This king after g3, king g2 will be in a safe place. So g6, knight f3, bishop g7, g3, castle, king g2, knight d7, and this position is full of opportunities for both sides. Black will have two semi-open files, they will use it, they will try to press white's queen side, and along this diagonal too. White will have an extra pawn and a strong center. So such positions are slightly better for white, but of course we can be sure that black will have many interesting variations too. I offer you to practice this opening as much as you can, and during my next live stream I would like to play this opening for both sides. Be ready, we are going to have a great pastime.